What happens when you make threats against a no-nonsense sheriff, particularly a sheriff of a southern county? Well, fool around and find out.
Matthew, I'm Sheriff Chitwood. I'm the guy you want to kill, and there's nothing I can do about it. Challenge accepted.
I sent you a sermon. It was from Romans chapter 5, 6, and 7.
But you do know in Florida, a written threat to kill is a felony. You know that. Well, look, just so you know, I'm the one who made sure you came back, and I hope you enjoy your stay at the branch jail.
You violated
I will also tell you that you will not see Micky Mouse on this trip, and you have to reimburse us for your flight here and for your stay at the county jail. Why don't you look me in the eye and tell me why you want me dead? Why do you want me dead?
I am a Christian.
So am I.
All I can do is to know you
so
are
am I.
You are not a
How do you
Christian.
know that?
Because in Corinthians it says bondsmen are not Christian.
Okay. Well, we're going to take you.
You are not Christian.
We're going to take you where you need to go.
Fine.
We will make sure the cell has rubber in it. Matthew,
So what does Mike Chitwood have in common with Grady Judd and Wayne Ivey? Answer: they are all sheriffs in the state of Florida. And I would say arguably they are in the top 10 of the most no-nonsense sheriffs in the United States. Grady Judd is the one that, when the school shooting happened in Uvalde, Texas, that's when I think he first came to national prominence, when he held up some pictures of his SWAT team moving towards a camera and said, if you get into our schools and threaten our children, this is going to be the last thing you see. And by the way, this is the second time I'm making this video because it occurred to me there are certain words that if you say them, YouTube might ban your video and or you from the platform. So I had to redo this and do a little bit of self-censoring. But you get the idea of what Judd was doing. And Wayne Ivey has made similar statements regarding the difference between a demonstration and a riot, and how if you come to his county and you get into trouble, you will end up in jail, basically. And then Chitwood, well, you just saw him with this man from Washington State. Now, I don't understand why he would say there's not a thing I can do about your threats, because, Sheriff, you just had the man extradited from Washington to Florida to face these charges. Now, this made international news. I happen to read a lot of the European, especially the British press, and the Daily Mail over in London picked this up. Now, what apparently started this whole thing was when Sheriff Chitwood made a decision that when it came to youthful offenders, you can see right here, this is during a September press conference, which would be September of 2024. This whole incident at the airport with Matthew Moulton happened in March of 2025. But a September 2024 press conference, Chitwood raged at underage students who had either brought pew-pews to schools or had made written threats. Since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them. Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kids so that everyone can see what your kid's up to, he said. Chitwood made good on that promise right away, posting a video of his deputies perp walking an 11-year-old boy who allegedly had a ill list and threatened to hoot up 2 schools. The boy, Carlo Kingston Dorelli, was also found in possession of a large cache of weapons, though they appeared to be fake. Police said they found airsoft rifles, fake ammunition, swords, knives, and throwing stars in his bedroom. And this is the young man in question being perp walked, I guess, out of his school and taken downtown, as they say. Used to say, anyway. And so then Matthew Moulton first contacted Chitwood after the sheriff announced his new policy regarding children's mugshots and according to court documents. Now, I used to be a legal assistant. I was a criminal justice major. When it comes to juveniles and publishing their names and that sort of thing, you're getting into a little bit of an area there where a lot of times they don't release juveniles' names. Now, that was in the 1980s. Since then, some of that's changed, and for particularly heinous crimes like a first-degree murder or something like that, a first-degree unaliving, where you've premeditated it, they have gone more towards publishing names because there's a good likelihood this kid will end up in prison, if not for life, for a long time to come. But Moulton's objection, in March was in on a $100,000 bond in the Volusia County Jail, set for an arraignment on June 19th. I don't know how that came out. I didn't check it out, the arraignment. But his arrest report also mentions his account on Gab, which is marketed as a free speech social media platform. I think it's kind of a YouTube alternative that a lot of right-wingers use. I'm not positive about if it is a YouTube alternative, but I do know that one of the issues with Gab is that it is used by a lot of right-wing content creators. And Moulton's account contains several bizarre posts, including one where he is holding a black pattern knife that has a cross dangling from the blade. Since his legal troubles began, Moulton has shared his Give, Send, Go page that has supposed to raise money for his defense. The page, which he titled Our Rights Have Been Crucified, has pulled in just one donation of $25 from one of his friends on Gab. Moulton's goal was to raise $1 million. Well, hey, your $25 there. Keep the drive alive. And Chitwood, sheriff of Volusia County since 2017, is no stranger to death threats. Since 2023, he has been on the receiving end of threats from several different men spread out all over the country. And this is Matthew Moulton's post, I guess, on Gab or 4chan or one of those sites. He said, when I'm not wearing it, I drape my cross over my sword. My sword is my own. It represents my own personal taste and creativity tempered with the teachings of Christ. My sword is a symbol of the division created by God between man and evil to divide us from unthinking animals, and our spiritual Father teaches us how to live free from sin. God's sword can cut evil from the soul and free you from the trappings of sin. That small font and the color combination is a little hard for me to read. Every head shall bow before Christ's conviction. Every head shall bow before Christ's conviction. I'm really not sure what that means. But this is the weapon in question. There's his cross. And his arrest report detailing his alleged writings to Chitwood also mentions Moulton's bizarre post on a social media site called Gab. And this is the picture. Okay, so this is on Gab. So, couple of things here, just sort of takeaways, and this is sort of my commentary op-ed piece to make this the first mention on this Miscellaneous Musings, which I realize I've never been using, and so since this doesn't fit in any of the other categories, this is where I'm putting it. Number one is don't be making threats against people, especially sheriffs, especially southern sheriffs who tend to not fool around with this sort of thing. Secondly, remember, somebody who says they're a Christian, they really aren't a Christian. I don't know what else Moulton has been posting, but just the threats that he's made against Sheriff Chitwood tells me, no, he's not a Christian. He could have some other mental or spiritual issues going on. And when people start using scripture, always check the context. Always check what it means. Check it out for yourself. Don't just take their word for it. I have no idea where he's getting any of this meaning or this application of scripture from. If you have any ideas, leave it in the comment section below. But that's it for this inaugural edition of Miscellaneous Musings. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Be good to yourself, and if you possibly can, be good to somebody else. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.